everyone, this is Jessica Alba and
what's up guys, it's Lizzy Mathis.
Welcome to our first official Getting Honest Parenting Edition with the one and only special guest, Molly Sims. Now, what is so cool about this is we are three mamas and we all have three kiddos.
Oh, that is cool. I didn't even realize that.
Right?
Three, and three.
But you're flipped, Molly.
Three, and three.
That's right, but you're flipped. We have two girls and one boy, and you have two boys and one girl.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I remember when Jessica was thinking about having Hayes, and I was like, do it.
Remember when we were single? Molly, remember those days?
How do you remember those days?
I wouldn't even say single. Just remember before we had kids, pre-children us.
We were
post-children
amazing.
us.
I mean, we were fun.
We were a good time.
Fun.
Do you feel like you were more fun when you didn't have kids or more fun after kids?
You know, I think I'm fun. I think I'm just fun in a different way. You know, I think what used to make me happy, if I were to be that same person now with no kids, I don't think I would be as fun. You know, I waited a long time to have them. I do feel like somewhat of an older mom, and so yeah, I do think, I mean, I definitely make the most of traditions, and I make the most of birthdays. Those memories are like how I have my fun.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think we could all like reflect on, certainly what this year has brought us is just reflecting on what you do have, what's really actually important. It's funny when you said that you're really into making memories. I stress that with Cash all the time. I'm like, we have to make these memories. We only get so much time with these kids before they're going to go off into their adulthood, and most of their life they're going to be adults. And so this is this sacred time, and he just doesn't, it's not that he dismisses it, he just doesn't feel like it's that deep. And for me, it's like the most important thing in life.
Cash is enjoying the moment, okay? He's not thinking
really.
Cash is in the moment.
He's in the moment.
He's vibing.
Yeah, he's always vibing.
But you know what I always say? I say you get 18 Christmases or 18 Thanksgivings, whatever your thing is, right? Whatever your marker is of the year. I'm like, you get 18 of them, and then that's it. You'll be lucky if they come back home for Christmas or Thanksgiving.
No,
they're gonna be off, especially your girls.
No,
your
they don't
girls
have a
always
choice.
go off with the boys' family.
No.
Like all that stuff. I'm always like,
no, we're not doing that one.
What do you, Molly? So okay.
I don't know how you're raising your kids, but that's not happening with my kids.
Honor, time to get up. Mom.
So what was, just to sort of rewind, what was your journey into becoming a parent?
You know, I met Super kind of later in life. It's
I
funny
was there.
because
I was there.
she was actually there. He actually asked me out for an entire year, and I finally went out on a date with him. And then we dated, and I had already kind of started my journey with IVF and freezing before I met him. I was playing pregnant on NBC, and for whatever reason, when I turned 35, I wanted to have a baby. And more importantly, I wanted to have a family. And I can remember being like, Heidi Klum was just like on every cover, and I remember thinking like I was so jealous of her. And I actually told my best friend, I'm like, I'm not jealous that she's on the cover. I'm jealous that she's married and she has 4 kids. And everything started like becoming like I knew what I want. So I actually went to see an IVF doctor. At the time I was thinking about freezing my eggs, which was 9 years ago. So it was it was very taboo and very hidden. And so I went on my own, and then I got pregnant on my honeymoon, naturally. So I think that, look, did it give me an insurance policy? 100%. Did it give me a jump start on my fertility? Maybe. My pregnancy was amazing the first, I would say 4 months, 5 months. It was going well. I was sick, but not crazy sick, not till 4. I'll never eat a ginger chew again. Then in about 22 weeks, we found out that we had a Velamentous cord insertion, which basically means the root of the tree kind of isn't planted in the soil very well. So the placenta, my body wasn't really connected to him very well. The Velamentous cord insertion, that was really difficult because what comes with it is that the baby can be underweight, it cannot grow. It was the first time where it wasn't about me anymore. He ended up being great. He was healthy. He weighed a little over 7 pounds. Breastfeeding was very difficult. My little boy Brooks was born with a tooth.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So that was fun. Having a vampire baby as your first.
Oh.
There was a little bit of a gap between the pregnancies. The first one, I kind of took all the bullets. The second one, I was sick. And the third one, I was really sick.
What's so encouraging about what you're saying, especially to other people who have different types of experiences, is there is no one way that you go about being a parent.
I do believe in IVF. I do believe in freezing. I believe in fostering adoption. I think if you're out to have a baby one way or the other, you will get one. I know there's not one path.
All of it is its own special way of becoming a parent, and I think the journey with each person is sacred to their own life and their own thing, and that's your experience, and that's ultimately, I think, what makes us all so unique and great, and not robots. I mean, thank God we all get to have these different types of experiences.
Let me tell you though, because although your journey into motherhood may be different for everyone, you know what we all unite with is that it doesn't come with a damn handbook.
No, it doesn't.
There is no handbook, but I think by the third one, I definitely had more of kind of what my mom always said, trust your gut. I think that's the best piece of advice that I can give women. Also having a tribe, having good girlfriends and having, really people that you can be I haven't slept for 4 days. I'm losing my mind. Yeah. I ended up going to see someone after I think my second pregnancy because I would have these crazy thoughts. It's called catastrophic thinking. Yeah. So many mothers have this. Oh my God, I feel like he's gonna drown. Or I'll wake up and part of it was hormones that I was coming down from but part of it was I was just freaking myself out.
We still have it. Is that a problem? Yeah, do we need to go to someone? Because we still have that.
I leap out of bed and run to my kids' rooms.
No, you scream. Sound and you scream.
Sometimes I scream. My heart's beating super fast and I run to see if he's covered, if his face is not covered, if he's breathing. And then I'll even go to Honor and Haven. Honor's 12, Haven's 9. And I'll just give him a kiss because I know I'll be close enough to their face just to hear that they're breathing.
Yes.
It just doesn't make, it's not irrational. It's not rational. Hayes is 3. The kid is fine.
I do it every night. That's just a routine now.
And I try to get Cash to participate in this activity, and every time he looks at me he's about to knock me upside my head, even though he just looks at me come on. This can't be happening again.
But there is something to learn from Cash as well. I do love that people can really live in the moment. I get so guilty and I know it's mom guilt, literally they come out of you and it's mom guilt. It's mom guilt, all
It's true.
My mom used to say this thing, it's don't go out and borrow trouble. Guilt isn't real. It's something that you just do to yourself.
It's little things all the time. You feel you adjust yourself and you look at yourself from a different perspective and think you could have done better. And this is what Cash constantly reminds me of. He's at the end of the day, your kid is going to love you and they're going to be grateful because they're going to look up when they're 18 or 19 years old and they're gonna say, my parents loved me, period.
My only goal is to not be the reason they go into therapy. That's all I'm shooting for.
Oh, they're
As long as I
absolutely
got
going to
that,
therapy.
It's not gonna be my fault though.
Of
It's gonna be
course
someone
it
else's.
is.
No, it's not.
Of course it is.
I
It
will not
always
take
is.
blame for that. As long as they don't
but
go to
it's-
therapy
they're-
talking
they're-
about their mama,
then that means they're gonna
I'm
go to
good.
therapy. Our kids are growing up with a different type of privilege than we grew up with.
But I think that probably the most thing that worries me is me doing too much for them, wanting them to be okay instead of maybe finding their way. Just raising that good, resilient human is really just like my goal.
Everything that you're talking about, it segues into conscious parenting, and that is really looking at every aspect of the parenting journey and how you are raising your kids, from the type of environment you want to create, right? For them to feel safe. And then also just thinking through the friends, the after-school activities, the room setup, even just your dynamic, your family dynamic. What things do you want to put in place on a regular basis so that you could be more conscious? And so that's my, understanding of what it is. What would you say conscious parenting is for you?
They're living, breathing sponges. What you do, they see. You don't even think they see, but they do. They know how you treat a waiter. They know how you treat your friends. It's really important to set those great, examples. Look at what you've done with Honest. Look at what you've done with Baby to Baby. Giving back, showing them that, yeah, some kids don't have diapers. Some kids can't go to schools. Making them aware in a very healthy way. I also think conscious parenting is that I do work. And I'm not a stay-at-home mom, even though sometimes I feel like I'm a working and a stay-at-home mom, especially in the past 12 months. But I do like to set that example of I'm making my own money. I am doing something for our family. I am doing something that I love. I think sometimes a little bit of my friends who are stay-at-home moms feel like they're not enough, which is totally berserk because the hardest job is being a stay-at-home mom. I think that's what hopefully our counterparts learned something through quarantine, is that it's not, it's
so easy.
They're never gonna judge a single mom again. So let's just be real about that. Also, conscious parenting is being positive. That has a lot to do with how I am as a girlfriend and a wife, but more importantly as a mother. I'm a firm believer that what you put out there in life comes back. I do believe in karma.
I love how you said your take on conscious parenting is the example. And I think that's really profound.
And it's hard. It's like, when do you give the kid the phone? When do you give the kid the snack?
Girl, I have a 12-year-old. She's taller than me.
I cannot imagine. And I think, listen, for every parent, that time to give a phone,
oh, it's brutal.
is different.
Oh my gosh.
We just have to be careful not to judge.
Absolutely. And judgment is such a big thing. Imagine if we as mothers could just not judge one another. Mm-hmm. How beautiful of a place it would be.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think the reason why I'm so passionate about us having these conversations, these honest conversations about parenting, is hopefully it will open people's eyes that we all have our own experience, and you shouldn't be judgmental about my experience, and just know I'm never going to be judgmental of your experience. And the more we can just allow for everyone to live their own damn life, and maybe even we can learn something from one another.
That's right. And find comfort in the fact that you're not alone.
And you know what? People do mess up, and that's the one thing, I try to set examples for my children. I'm I totally messed up today. Or, I always say, perfect doesn't exist. You just have different experiences of how you deal with something. I mean, Jess, you've been in this business since you were a child. I mean, that definitely colors your life. You know what I mean? Or how you raise kids.
And my relationships and who I trust.
And just the power of saying no, and don't mistake my kindness for weakness. I feel like I'm not a moody person, but sometimes I want to be. Sometimes deep down I want to be
By the way, you're allowed to just have an off day.
It was a really good piece of advice that I got, that every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something with your family. And so I remember going to the Critics' Choice. My husband has to do the circuit in the film business. I really wanted me to go to this one. And I love getting dressed up. I love picking the dress. I love all that. But I don't know, this season I was like, I'm tired. Like, do you really want me to go? And he's like, please just go. And so I was like, all right, I'll make a deal with you. I'll go. I'll sit with you in the limo. I'll walk the carpet. I'll walk you in. I was like, then I'm gonna go eat with the kids. And I literally did that last January. I got dressed up. I was literally dressed up for about an hour and 10 minutes. I kind of met in the middle because I didn't want to go. He really wanted me to. I don't know, I think he might have been getting honored or something, but then I really wanted to be with the kids. And I really like, I don't know. It was like the first time where I was like, oh, yes, good wife, good mom, like, you know,
Winning.
You found a way to sort of like do enough, but not so much where it had to be this or that. Right. And I think that's like this delicate balance that we're all trying to, the compromise, trying to get to. And how can you hang on to the things and give space for the stuff that you need, that fills your cup, but then also be there for the people that matter most to you.
You know, happy wife, happy life.
That's right. That's right. Finding your own happiness is part of the journey, especially when within motherhood. Motherhood can be so stressful, it can be so hard, it can be so great, it can be so fun, but it takes a lot out of you. So finding your journey, finding your happiness, I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I love being a parent more than anything. It drives me absolutely batshit crazy as well, but
same.
Me too.
Molly, what do you have coming up though? Tell us what you have coming up or what we can look forward to.
Oh my God, what don't I have coming up? We're launching a podcast. I'm doing some more things with the Home Edit on Netflix.
Nice.
I'm producing a couple movies that I sold
Wow.
this year. I know. So it's got some beauty things up our sleeve, but it was definitely I was productive during COVID.
Well, we can't wait to hear the podcast. We can't wait to see all the things that you have going on. We're so happy you talked to us today.
Yeah.
For our first
And we'll
edition.
put the link in bio down below so people can check out your website.
Yes.
And all the things. Thank you so much for being on this edition, our first edition, parenting edition, Getting Honest. Thank you so much. Molly.
Yay!
Thank you guys. You're awesome. Bye, guys.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on those comments.
That's right. Go follow Molly.
Bye.
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 Mwah, 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 mwah.